Francesca of HeyFranHey.com. So today we're whipping up a do-it-yourself raw and organic hair remover, also known as sugar paste. Why are we making our own hair remover? Well, obviously there's nothing wrong with razors and shaving. The only thing is that when you shave your hair with the razor, it cuts the hair off at the surface of the skin, so you'll end up with stubble as early as the very next day, and some guys end up getting that 5 o'clock shadow because that stubble just grows right in. So with sugaring, it actually pulls the hair at the root, so you end up being hairless for a couple more weeks, and I think we can all appreciate that, right? Why sugaring and not waxing? Well, waxing is awesome, obviously. There's tons of organic options. You can do it home or you can go at salons and get, but waxing sticks to the skin, so when they pull it off, it feels so harsh. That's why you end up with that redness. And for those of us with sensitive skin, it can be a very traumatizing experience sometimes. But with sugaring, it doesn't stick to the skin, it actually just sticks to the hair, so when you pull it back, it doesn't feel as harsh. So that's why we're making sugar, that's why we're using it over razors and over wax, and now I will show you exactly what you need and why. You will need a bag of organic sugar. Of course, I'm gonna ask for organic sugar because it'll give our skin a nice little nutritional boost, which will help it look even prettier. This one is the Florida Crystals organic sugar. I believe I bought it at Whole Foods, but of course you can find organic sugar at any local market, any supermarket, any health food store. It doesn't have to be this exact brand as long as it's organic, because we want to get as many of the health benefits as we can, and this is the basis of our sugaring paste, obviously. So this is a very important ingredient, and this is the first thing that you will need. The second thing you'll need is apple cider vinegar. This is the Bragg organic and raw and unfiltered version of vinegar. Of course, I always mention this. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you've seen this bottle pop up in a couple of recipes. The combination of the sugar and the vinegar is what's going to allow it to be pliable so that we can apply it to our skin. It kind of gives the sugar that taffy feeling, kind of like that soft candy, so it's easier to apply to your legs, to your arms, to your face. Wherever it is that you need to apply it, it just allows it to mold with more ease. So that's what the vinegar is going to do, and it's also an antibacterial, and since this is a do-it-yourself project, we love that, we need that. Anything that would help us preserve the mixture is okay by us. The third and final ingredient is simply water. I told you guys this recipe is a simple one. It's probably stuff you already have at home. This will allow the mixture to have more slip on our skin. Combined with the acid, it will make the sugar that much easier to apply. You will need something to pour the mixture into once we are done making it, and that you can either use Tupperware or a glass jar. I personally prefer a glass jar because it's just a cleaner container. And last but not least, you will need a pot to make the sugar mixture in. Obviously, it doesn't have to be this big. The only thing that I will suggest is that you use a non-stick pot. Since we are using sugar, it can get a little bit hard and a little bit sticky and a little bit of a pain in the butt to clean out. So that's pretty much it. Now you know the ingredients you need and the tools and the whys, so it's time to jump into how to make our hair remover, our raw and organic sugar paste. So for starters, you're gonna pour 2 cups of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of water, 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar, all into your pot before turning it on, and stir it all together with your spoon. All of your ingredients are in the pot, you're going to set your fire to medium heat and watch the mixture come to a quick boil. Now that our mixture mixture has come to a boil, it's time to turn the heat down to low and allow it to simmer for at least 25 minutes. And during those 25 minutes, don't forget to take out your spoon and stir the ingredients to make sure that they're bonding as needed. Now that you've allowed the mixture to simmer for a good 25 minutes, you should notice a change in the color. It should be a darker brown and have a bit of a honey-like consistency. Of course, mixtures and times will vary depending on stovetop, so if it's not there yet at the end of the 25 minutes, continue to stir until it is. So is it dark brown now with a honey-like consistency? Well, that means that your mixture is ready. Now all you have to do is take the pot off of the stove and set it aside so that it can cool off for at least 10 minutes. Remember, this is hot sugar we're dealing with. Do not dip your fingers into it to test the temperature. If you want to see if the ingredients have bonded properly, I suggest scooping out a bit of the mixture with a spoon and either pouring it into a cup of cold water or simply running it under the faucet with cold water, and then you'll be able to touch it and see that the ingredients have bonded and that they are now pliable. Now that 10 minutes have passed, all that's left is pouring the mixture either into your Tupperware or your glass jar for storing. You don't have to keep the mixture refrigerated. You can actually keep it stored in any cool location around your house. It will last you at least a good month before you have to make another batch, which is pretty cool because it'll probably be a month before you even need to sugar again. So now I will explain to you guys how to use the sugar paste now that you've created it. So here are your two options for removing hair using the sugar paste. You can either use the conventional method of popsicle and strip that you guys have seen at most waxing salons, where you simply take a popsicle stick. Of course, all the information on where I purchased everything will be down in the description box. You will take a popsicle stick, dip it into the mixture while it's still warm. Remember, not scorching hot, but warm. And you are going to apply it on your skin in the direction against the hair growth, and then apply the strip to the skin and pull it in the direction of the hair growth. I know it's usually the opposite for waxing, but with sugar, like I said, because it doesn't stick to the skin, only to the hair, it's actually more effective in the reverse. And the strip I actually cut from an old t-shirt, or you can even use old denim. This is actually really awesome because once you're done, you can simply rinse it off, allow it to dry, and save it for your next sugaring session. Total time and money saver. And of course, the second option, simply grabbing a scoop of it while it's cooled off, not necessarily warm. It actually doesn't have to be warm at all. And you're going to apply it to your skin, and then you're going to pull off the hair in the direction of growth, same way that you did with the popsicle, except you're using your hand to apply a large amount of the mixture directly on your skin. That's pretty much all there is to it. One last tip before I go. Yes, the sugar will harden inside of your Tupperware and your jar over time. All you have to do to prepare for your next sugaring session is simply run your jar under hot water, and it will soften and be ready for use. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Definitely leave me feedback. Let me know how you felt about this video and rate it. Leave comments. Let us know what you're doing if you're making your own sugaring method. Let's share the wealth. Keep the conversation going down in the comment section. And as always, I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.